Brooksy back at it again for Brooksy's car restorations. In the last video we ended up, we pulled out the headliner out of the Golf. So what I'm going to try and do is, I'm not sure, I've never done this before, but I need to get all that like foamy material off. I'm hoping hopefully it'll just scrape off. But a bit of fun anyways, scrape it off and suction it off with the vacuum cleaner. I've got new liner and adhesive. The new liner's got its own sort of built-in foam. So in order for that to stick properly, I'm assuming I've got to remove all this foam and get it all nice. And plus this has got, you know, sort of marks and stuff in it too, so even if I was to try and stick this down on it, it's going to be a bit uneven or whatever. So if I hopefully clean this up and then stick the other liner down, but yeah, that's what we're going to try and do today. Probably just film it in sections, or before and after basically, but we'll see. Anyways, I'll scrape it clean, maybe I'll show you what that looks like, maybe I won't, and then I'll get into it. Alright, almost done scraping this thing. It's quite a process. I don't recommend it, but for $400 savings, it's about 20 to half an hour's work, roughly. And then to lay the other liner, maybe an hour and a half max. I'm going to take my time with the liner. I mean, when I get better, it'll probably be a lot faster, but do little sections at a time and make sure it lays down properly. Anyways, I'll finish this off and suction it all off, and yeah, put the liner down. Alrighty, she's clean. I've dusted it off, vacuumed it all the crap off it, got it as clean as I humanly can. Hopefully the glue will stick to it in the liner, and we'll start we'll start gluing down the new liner very shortly. Alright, we've laid the liner roughly where we want it, and then when I'm happy with it, and yes, I got a bit of dirt on it, but that can be vacuumed off hopefully. I'm going to, yeah, get some pegs and peg it in place as I go along. And anyways, you'll see in a bit. I'm gonna put some stuff on the end to hold it down too, and then afterwards I'll take the pegs off and then glue the ends down. Yeah, and then trim it off and tuck it all in there. You know, get it all nice and hopefully flush in there, if it's all possible. It probably won't. It's very thick. It's not yeah. Anyways, I think it'll once I get it all in and squeegee it all down and get all the air bubbles and stuff out, I think it'll come up pretty nice. Anyways, so I've pegged down the corners over there, and I'm going to fold this back and then just slowly lay it down like that, basically, bit by bit, spraying both sides as I go along, getting all the wrinkles and what have you out of it, hopefully. Sorry I didn't record it, but the glue has a very quick expiry date, and I need to get it down as quick as possible without stuffing around. Once I cut it out and whatnot and set these things in a bit better, I really think it's not too bad. I made the mistake of sort of kneeling there, and I'm hoping that the vacuum will suck it back up a little bit maybe. Just pull those indents out. But otherwise, for a not too bad first attempt at a roof liner. Let's just hope it stays and sticks. I'm pretty happy if it works and looks somewhat professional. It's not over yet, I still got to cut it out and cut the little holes out and stuff like that, but as long as I don't forget all my training from back in primary school with cutting and all that business, I should be fine. Anyways, so yeah, I'll let this dry a little bit and then mix it up and then get on and do some painting this afternoon potentially. If this heat cools down, it's bloody hot at the moment. Then a bit later on tonight, Dad and I'll put this back in the car, hopefully. So yeah. Alright, new headliner's in. This is, Dad helped me put it in. I can't really get good shots of this, but I think it looks pretty damn good. Dad and I are both happy with it. It's my first attempt at making a headliner. Check this out. It's almost professional. Check out the light sits in perfectly fine. You know, you got your little edges aren't cut perfectly, but you know, it sits down underneath the trim, and for most bits it looks pretty damn good. I mean, you know, I've got to clean up these things. The you know, your windscreen bloody flappy things. Yeah, I'm good at describing stuff, I know. Oh man, and this liner feels freaking awesome, honestly. Like that, it all sits in beautifully, honestly. You can't see the back corners spectacularly because of that light, but I feel like this is a really, really good job. The only thing this car's missing is like a light here somewhere, like for the back passengers. But a lot of these little coupes and four doors, like little cars, didn't have the backlights, so this is what it is. But yeah, I am super happy. Super happy. Alright. G'day, Brooksy here, and today on Brooksy's Car Restorations we're going to give the old Lancer some love finally. So firstly we'll start with a bit of wash and detail. Need to get all the dirt and that off it. Give it a good wash. Try and get it as clean as possible. Well, that was just nasty. Birds are crapped in the light and everything. Give the rims a bit of a detail. The whole thing a bit of a freshen up. Get it looking a lot nicer, and then begin the interior detail. Oops, sorry about the finger. Which will be a bit of fun. Anyways, she needs a bit of love. A nice solid bar there, in case anyone comes to mess with me. Anyways, Car's locked itself on me. Just the door sills. Give everything a good clean and polish. Put some leather protectant down on the seats and give them a good wash and clean, and take all the mats out and give everything a good shampoo and all the rest of it. Get in the door cards and that. I think it'll clean up really, really nicely. Give it some cobwebs and what have you. All the door jambs. This is a before and after video in a sense. It's showing you, briefly showing you what I'm going to do. Door jambs. Try and get that back to wide as wide as we can. That Raliart mat, that'll be cool. It'll need a good scrubbing. Just years of dust and what have you. So yeah, let's get into it, shall we? I love this car. It's pretty damn cool. And she's off. Navigation system. There's a bit of dust on the screen.
Hi, from look.
Give it some love. Anyways, the interior is pretty cool. I don't know what this does. All the, what do you call it? I don't know if that's real or not. It looks nice though. Oops. Demonetizing. Shush. There we go. Yeah. Anywho, let's get this in the what do you call it, and start detailing it. Start washing it to begin with and then detailing it. Bloody truck reversing. Alrighty. I'll be back to you very shortly once the exterior of the car is all nice and clean, and I'll show you how much nicer she looks with a proper wash. It's really amazing what a decent wash can do. Wheels looking a lot shinier, a lot nicer. No more cobwebs. Roof still got patches of rust in it, but a lot of that dirt's gone. Again, the wheels could be a hell of a lot shinier, but they're looking a lot better. Then on the boot, we had all that nastiness under there before. It's all clean and shiny now. The rear spoiler is going to need a little bit of a touch up. It's thin in spots. The paint's a bit thin in spots. I don't think the polish will fix that. So I've got to do the rear spoiler and the roof at this stage. There was moss growing in that light there, which I cleaned out pretty much. The passenger side of the car. and this car dries super quick because of the blackness of it. So I haven't even had a chance to wipe the spotting off, and you can already see the dust starting to form. But no more cobwebs. As I say that, there's a cobweb hanging off it. And the bonnet also may be alright. It may, I don't know if we'll paint that or if we'll polish it. I think a polish might be sufficient, but we'll see. And then probably polish the headlights a bit. But yeah, all in all, not too shabby. Not too shabby. We'll bring it in and give the interior good detail. Let's get a screenshot while this, what do you call it, thumbnail, while I get a chance before it's sitting all nice and shiny. Back on the guards again today. Getting bits and pieces done. This one over here. So we'll do a bit, let it dry. Get some more work done on the Lancer, etc, etc. So that is what it is. So I just finished the first guard, and it is looking super smooth, except for a few little bits and pieces, but it's come a long way. I am almost ready to properly paint the guard now, the first guard. So I mean, you know, there's like maybe one that's so tiny you can't really see it, but yeah, like there's a little imperfection there, and you know, a couple of little ones here and there, but it's mostly clear now. It's a hell of a lot better than it was anyways. A few little minor, what do you call it, marks here and there, but you know, probably able to fine tune them with a little bit more sanding and whatnot. I'm very happy anyways. It's obviously not perfect. Again, we'll keep playing around with it, but I mean, compared to how it was before, like this, you know, and with all the little dots and stuff in it, like this one isn't. This one's the second guard that I started on. I haven't really given it a heck of a lot of attention yet. I'm just trying to find all the little imperfections by putting a bit of primer down, and I've got most of them out, but you know, it's a 75 was, these guards were made in 74 75, you know, it's a long time, essentially out in the sun doing God knows what. Anyways, we're giving them some new life, and they're a lot better than they were. This one definitely anyways. I didn't get around to getting back to the Lancer. I've been sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding for about almost an hour, or about an hour and a half. Sanding, trying to get all that body filler as smooth as humanly possible. I've got it everywhere. I've dusted myself off a bit, but even me croc and all down my legs. Fun. Anyways, so yeah, we'll be back a bit later on. I've got to go get the kids now and stuff around. We'll go pick up the Golf. Hopefully it's good to go. We can finally re-register it and sell it. Stay tuned. It's feeding time for the old lobster / crawfish. So cute. Trying to get the flakes I just dropped out for him. They will eventually fall down, dude. We'll help him out a bit. Nope, we scared him. As promised, back with some content on the Lancer. Yeah, we got the Golf registered yesterday, so I'll be spending most of the day on the Golf. It's re-registered, and just got to give it a little bit of a clean up and do a few little things on it so I can finally sell it. But yesterday I promised give the Lancer a good clean and a bit of a, you know, freshen up and what have you, and I got the outside looking fairly nice. Now I'm going to concentrate on the interior, give it an hour or two's sort of go over, make it look nice and fresh, make it start to smell nice again. So yeah, I'm going to start with the boot, and I'm probably going to record it just because I find all that kind of stuff really, what's the word, satisfying to watch. So by all means, if you find all that sort of stuff boring, you can fast forward it. But I'll be suctioning out all that channel there, so fun. Oops, forgot to pause it. Alrighty. So far, we've sucked all that stuff out, given the boot a good once over with some shampoo and what have you. Sucked out all the channels. Got to get in there with something and clean all that mud out and that. Taken the rubber boot mat. We've given it a good wash with a hose and a scrub brush. So sitting out there to dry. So I'm cleaning up pretty nicely so far. A lot of detail work that needs to go into it, but at least the water's not longer sitting in there and potentially rusting out the car. Yeah, just give the rest of the car a good once over. I forgot to show under the bonnet too, we got a bit of stuff here in the cowl and that. We'll give that a suction off and give the give this a bit of a sparkle and touch up. If we don't get it at all today, we'll get it eventually before we sell the car, definitely. It'll look pretty spick before we sell it for sure. I'll definitely give the interior a good clean out and shampoo, and hit the seats with some leather protectant. So yeah. Right. Just got done with what I want to get done detailing on the Lancer for now. I'm not exactly done yet, but I'm at a stage where I'm pretty damn happy with the interior. I showed you the boot and that earlier. I'll show you what I got done in the seats and what have you, and the carpet and all that stuff, if you can see it. Now I haven't got around to doing all the door jambs and stuff yet, but the doors, the seats are all very nice. Let's get back a bit. The seats come up beautifully. The floors got all shampooed. Now I was missing my drill brush, my drill bit for my drill, the brush part. I can't find any of them. So all the carpets were done by hand, old school. But They just needed a bit of red dirt taken out of them basically. They were pretty nice. And my old faithful kit there. Again, the back seat, other side. They're absolutely spectacular looking seats, just my opinion. I'll hit them with a bit more protectant later, or a different type of protectant to make them shiny. For now I've just given them some restoration stuff. And then later I'll put the protectant on them so they stay nice and shiny. The inside of this door looks a lot better. And then that was the main thing I wanted to get nice and clean. The Raliart mats. Now, everything's not perfect, like I said, I had to do all this by hand, so I find the drill brush works a lot better. But doing this by hand probably is better in the sense that, you know, the drill brush may be a little bit rougher. But, yeah, I haven't done all the plastics and that yet. Just did all the leather and the carpets. And, so the console's coming up pretty good. I haven't done the plastics. That's still dusty. The dash is still dusty. But just the clean carpets and a nice shampoo smell throughout the car. Put up my black ice. Don't hate me, but I love the smell of that stuff. Must be a car guy thing. All the car guys I know love that smell too. Now on the passenger side, same dealio. Got the seats all nice and fresh. Now the Raliart symbol on this side is a lot more damaged. It's missing a lot of white. The threads have been really scuffed hard, as you can see. But I got them back to white. I'm thinking about, I don't know, maybe touching it up a bit, maybe with some, I don't know, maybe comment below what I can fix that with. I was thinking paint, but that might not do the greatest of jobs, and I don't know about dyes or bleaches or stuff like that. I think that might be too dodgy. Anyways, maybe you just find some more mats. The passenger seat and passenger side, for that matter, seem to be a lot more worn for some reason. But yeah, see that? Maybe this is where it was more so in the sun than the driver's side. But it's not too bad. It's come up all right. And like I said, I'll do some. I've done the restoration, leather restoration. I'll do some leather protectant on it later, make it look real shiny and purdy. But all in all, pretty happy. And for the rest of the afternoon, we'll be working on old Golfie, getting her ready for sale. And that'll be part of the next video, I guess, because to be continued.